What's up everyone and welcome back to the City Insider. Today let's get started with Man City show significant interest in Gnabry. Man City came close to signing Paqueta in the summer, but put the brakes on their pursuit after the FA began investigating the Brazil international in relation to a betting probe. Paqueta has been playing as usual for West Ham ever since, though there have been claims that Man City could come back in with a new bid for him. Now, though, Football Transfers has revealed that Man City have started to shift their attention towards an alternative deal for a player with different characteristics. Still hesitant about Paqueta, the Premier League champions have instead been linked with Bayern winger Gnabry. According to the report, Man City have significant interest in the Germany international and could start pursuing him more seriously now they have put the Paqueta idea to one side. That is despite Paqueta and Gnabry occupying different roles, since the West Ham player operates more centrally than the Bayern man usually does. Gnabry is under contract with Bayern until 2026 and has 228 appearances, 82 goals and 51 assists for the club to his name so far. He previously played in the Premier League on a handful of occasions for Arsenal at the start of his career, as well as in an infamously disastrous loan spell with West Bromwich Albion. Since returning to his country of birth, Gnabry has made a mockery of what happened in his previous spell in English football, establishing himself as a high-quality, Champions League level player. This season has been a bit stop-start for him so far. His 10 appearances across all competitions have been spread either side of hip problems, forearm fracture and illness. However, at the age of 28, Gnabry is still an exciting player when in full flow, so it is no wonder that a team as ambitious as the reigning treble winners might be keen on him. Man City and the Premier League agree date for trial. The top flight charged its champions with 115 alleged breaches of financial regulations in February after opening an investigation in 2018. Throughout a long-running saga, the competition and the club have remained tight-lipped and both declined to comment when contacted. However, it can be revealed that a date for the showdown has been initially scheduled for the late autumn of 2024. Those with knowledge of the situation believe that a conclusion may not follow until the end of next season, which is when City boss Pep Guardiola's current contract is due to expire. It is understood that what has been a highly confidential process is currently at the stage where statements are being taken from witnesses, which is likely to remain the case until next spring. Should the trial go ahead on time, a verdict would be likely around the summer of 2025. Delays, however, may well push the proceedings back further. And should either party find the eventual outcome unpalatable, it would be difficult to imagine a world in which they would not appeal. Such a scenario would add significant time, should they need to. City may well explore further avenues, although they would not be able to go to the Court of Arbitration for Sport, where they successfully had their UEFA-delivered Champions League ban overturned. City are accused of breaching 115 regulations over 14 seasons from 2009 to 10 onwards. The charges include claims over financial reporting and a lack of cooperation with a Premier League investigation which was opened in 2018. City deny any wrongdoing. Everton were charged with breaking financial rules in March, a month after City's charges were announced, and earlier this month were given a 10-point deduction, which they have appealed. The Premier League table since Pep Guardiola took over at Man City. Pep Guardiola is one of the greatest football managers of his generation, probably of any generation, in fact. And since he took over as Manchester City boss in 2016, he has overseen a veritable epoch of domestic dominance. Since arriving to a project that had been perfectly tailored to his desires, Guardiola has won 5 out of a possible 7 Premier League titles, and there's every chance he goes on to make it 6 in 8. 5 League Cups, 2 FA Cups and the Champions League, with a historic treble last term, have only made the job he's done look all the more impressive. Even with all the caveats of the money spent on players and the world-class infrastructure built for his benefit. The praise heaped on Guardiola by even his bitterest rivals and the harshest pundits tells you everything you need to know about him as a football coach. Speaking in 2021, Liverpool manager Jurgen Klopp said, "City have an incredible squad and the best manager in the world, and that makes it a good recipe. It's always a joy to play against them because it's a massive challenge from a football point of view. You can beat them, but you have to be at your absolute top to do so." In December 2021, Roy Keane told Sky, "I remember we did a game last year. I didn't write off Man City, but I think I said they lost their mojo. And then they won the league and it was like a doddle to them. I think Pep is the man. I look at all of the managers, I think Pep is the man." But just how dominant have City been domestically since Guardiola arrived? There have been the 5 titles, but his first season was not as good as expected and Liverpool nicked the title from them in 2020, if only there were some way to measure league performance over a period of time. What's that? Just look at the number of points every team has accumulated since Guardiola came to the Premier League. Barcelona planning talks with Man City over Cancelo deal. Barcelona are reportedly expected to hold talks over a permanent deal for Manchester City loanee João Cancelo. The Portugal international is currently in the midst of a season-long loan deal after joining Barcelona in the closing stages of the summer transfer window. Since arriving in Catalonia, Cancelo has become a regular fixture in Xavi's lineup, having started 15 of his 16 competitive appearances. Cancelo, who has been utilized as a right and left fullback this season, has contributed in the final third, chipping in with 3 goals and 2 assists. The 29-year-old played a starring role in Tuesday's 2-1 Champions League win over Porto, scoring a 32nd-minute equaliser before teeing up João Felix to score a second-half winner. With Cancelo proving his worth to Barcelona, Sport are reporting that the La Liga clubs are planning to open negotiations over a transfer. Man City will be open to a permanent departure, with Cancelo no longer a part of Pep Guardiola's plans following a fallout between the pair last season. As a result, Cancelo spent the second half of the 2022-23 campaign with German champions Bayern Munich, where he registered 1 goal and 6 assists in 21 competitive appearances. While Barcelona are keen to recruit the 29-year-old on a permanent basis, Man City's asking price could prove to be a stumbling block. With Cancelo under contract until the summer of 2027, the European champions would be looking to receive a fee in the region of €50 million, £43.1 million. However, Barcelona are hoping to bring that figure down to £30 million, £25.9 million, due to their financial issues, which continue to hamper their transfer business. There is a suggestion that the two clubs could compromise on another season-long loan move with an option to buy at the end of the 2024-25 season. And that's the end of this video. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications to support me.